Spain 2, England 1, and that is how it ended in the final of the Euro 2024 championships. The Spanish have won it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and support this channel as much as you can. Don't forget to share it as well. Now, I predicted that Spain were going to lift the trophy. I went for 3-1. That wasn't to be. It could have been, but it was only 2-1. The first half was a bit stale in my opinion. We saw the English start the game, sat back, tried to be cautious. They put in some play, but I think they were overwhelmed, and you could see that the level of the Spanish team was just above them, and it wasn't crazy levels. I think they were good enough, but just that extra bit was in the Spanish team. They were more confident, in my opinion. The first half was stale. Second half starts early on. Nico Williams scores the goal with an assist from Yamin Lamau, the two wonder kids who have come into the Spanish team, and they've been incredible so far. Earlier than I expected, Gareth Southgate makes two changes. He puts in Cole Palmer and Ollie Watkins for Harry Kane and Kobbie Mainoo. Now, I'm thinking, don't do that. Don't take Mainoo off anyone else but Mainoo, because I think he, just to show intent. So he brings them in, and I'm thinking, I don't know how this is going to work. But of course, Saka, nice play down the right, sends the ball into Bellingham. Bellingham lays it out, and Cole Palmer, beautiful goal into the bottom right corner of the net. And I'm thinking, wow, 1-1, great. 2 minutes in, I'm thinking, are they going to do more? Everyone around me thinks, England can win this game. And I look at it after 2 minutes, and I'm like, I don't think so, There's nothing they're doing that's making me think that they're going for the win. If it goes in, it goes in, but I did not see anything else that they were adding to it. I thought Jordan Pickford did really well. He saved quite a few chances, great goalkeeping. Unfortunately, his distribution, every time he got the ball, he would launch it forward, and I'm thinking that can go to anybody. You're not controlling the play. You're not controlling anything. You're just giving possession away. It was really disappointing, but I guess that's what I expected, because they just do not have the right level of coaching when it comes to games like this. They'll be found out all the time when they come and play the bigger teams. And anyone, I reckon, in the final would have beaten England, because so far the teams we have played were half-decent teams we should have been beating, and we drew with half of them and barely won with the others. So, right, of course, 86th minute, the Spanish were just relentless. They were great. They could see their intent. You knew they were going for the win. And they scored their goal in the 86th minute. Oyarzabal, great goal. In fact, I was hoping it was offside, but when you saw the replay and the VAR, he was kept in by a toe. But Gareth Southgate was obviously going for extra time and maybe penalties and hoping for the best there, because I think they've improved on their penalty taking. He's got more confidence. Now, going forward, England have made it to back-to-back finals in the Euro Championships, and they have lost both of them. When I was arguing with someone yesterday that England need to get rid of their manager, I was told off to say, how many teams have made it to back-to-back finals? And I'm thinking, come on, you guys. England should be winning this tournament. They should not be arguing about, we are in the final. It is not always good enough. Everyone else goes to a final and they want to win it, and we should not be settling for just reaching the final. We've got the right personnel, some of the best players in the world. Our players can get in almost any team in the world right now, and we cannot settle for just getting to the final. Someone said, remember the Roy Hodgson days where we were barely, we're drawing with Czech Republic or some funny team, and that was the best we could do. We should be grateful. No, I'm sorry, I'm not grateful for that. Literally, it's their only job, the players. And the funny thing is, I've seen them, I think they're being held back by the level and the personality of the manager. We have seen from Gary Southgate's selections, if you do not, I think if you're not about agreeing, but if you're not his mate, you literally won't make the team. He wants yes guys, he wants nice guys who like him, and he'll bring you in. Sometimes it's, in my opinion, it's not always about disagreeing with a manager just for the sake of it. That's not the case. But there's some characters who are going to question and say, I've seen games where players have refused to come on and say, I'm not the right person to come in at this point because we're chasing a goal. You can't be putting a defender on. Put that other player on. And I've forgotten the game, but that happened before. There isn't a player like that in the English team. They are happy to do as they are told, which is not always the best. You want players who can challenge the manager. We had great boys on the bench who did not come in. Now, I'm not going to criticize too much because the team he put out, I had no problem with. I did think that Harry Kane was going to be easily marked out of the game, only because it's very easy to just make sure the defenders don't even touch him, make sure the ball doesn't get to Harry Kane. If he drops down, he'll drop down and get the ball, but there's nobody else like Saka who's going to get in Harry Kane's position to try and slot it, because they have probably been given instructions to stay in their zone. Don't move out of that zone. Stay there. So even if he drops in to get the game, he's not going to be able to pass the ball to somebody else so that person can go in behind and score the goal for him. They've all got their designated roles, and they should stick in those roles. And I think that is where our problems stay. We want managers. You can see the way the Spanish were playing, and other teams, even France, despite not actually winning, and other teams, they are free. They're free, and they are told to go and make mistakes, which they don't, because they've got great skills. Go make any mistakes you need to make sure the back four is mature, is solid, and they're going to protect you. But you guys who are the flair players, your wingers, your attacking midfielders, go and cause havoc, make sure that ball gets in the back of the net. Phil Foden, poor guy, I thought he would do really well. I personally think he has played really well. The only problem is he's been playing every other role but his own. If he focused on trying to get a goal instead of trying to go and help out in defense. Yesterday, him and Saka were defending. They were literally in the back there trying to defend, to help out the defense. They were all on the back foot, which is a huge mistake in a game like that. The only way to win confidently against a team like Spain, these attacking teams, is to attack them. You don't be too cautious. You're always going to pay for it. And we did in the end, because we couldn't keep them from scoring. We couldn't take the game to penalties. And there was no way, even in my limited experience, in my zero experience of managing, I thought Spain were going to be held back long enough. Outscore them. They'll score, but try to make sure you score more goals than them. That is the only way to do football. What should happen to Gareth Southgate now? He has got us to good positions in the last few years. It was great. He steadied the ship. He has come at a time where we've got some great talent. And I love now the way the England players are now playing in other leagues. That can only help us, in further tournaments, because they are picking up some of the skills that are not learnt in, I think, when you come to academies in the UK. They're doing really well, and they're helping the team. But we now need a manager that is not scared of his own shadow, someone who's not so comfortable. I wish we had an English equivalent, even British, a Scottish manager. It doesn't really matter. We just want somebody who can take this team further, because for the next 4 years, these guys, the boys who have been playing, apart from maybe Kyle Walker, who's probably going to age out a bit, everyone else on that pitch, and Harry Kane, everyone else on that pitch is young enough to go to the next Euros as well as the next World Cup. So Gary Southgate needs to be replaced with somebody. It's a shame. I don't think we do have the quality in England to take advantage of the skills that we have available. in our young players. Now, Eddie Howe has been mentioned. I don't know if he can translate his managing skills onto the international stage. What has he won? How ambitious is he? Does he have the qualities to bring the best out of the players? And does he have the balls really to, instead of taking Mainu off, take Bellingham off? I know he created that assist, but someone else could have probably done what he has done. Declan Rice was steady. I'm not going to be too biased. He could have come off, take a risk. You know, Eze could have come on. Do you know how fast that guy is on the wing and how much confusion it would have brought onto their wingers as well, Spanish wingers? He might have done a better job than Foden as well. Just make a change. That is what I think England need to do. We have got the personnel, we've got the talent, and it can only get better. If you look at the England bench, there were so many players on that bench who could have come in and made a difference. But we will never know because we have never seen them integrated into this team, because Gareth has got his boys that he likes, and it has cost England. I expected it anyway. And I said so. The Spanish were just far superior. You can argue that it's expected, but I refuse to believe that. Only because why should you just accept that this team is better than you? You know, you did better than Spain at the World Cup. Why should they come and surpass you and play you off the park, have more intent, have more desire? You know, and you're playing for your PR team, for your brand. It's ridiculous. Come on. Really disappointing that they lost. But at the end of the day, congratulations to Spain. Congratulations to England for somehow making it to the final and trying. I have heard from other people close to me to say, you know what, they did okay. It's just that football is very difficult. You know, it's easy to watch the boys play and think, you know, they don't care. I'm sure they care and they were disappointed, but they hide behind a poor manager. A manager that doesn't know what to do with them. That is why they're hiding and they can come out. They've got no sense of accountability. You know, we know that the biggest problem they've got is the kind of approach they are forced to take. There is no way Saka and the Arsenal boys are going to just be that anonymous in a tournament. These guys are superstars. They come and they want to shine, and they were made to look basic, and that is, I think, the takeaway we can take from it. Hopefully they do better. Hopefully the boys go and have a rest. Overall, I think Ben White got it right. You know, I remember saying Mainu and some other players, they should just pretend to be, you know, injured so they don't go and play for England, because there's nothing good at the end of it. But yeah, Ben White had it right. You know, just keep away from Gareth Southgate. He either doesn't know what he's doing or he doesn't have the right personnel telling him what he should do. Right. So that is my post-match view of the tournaments, the final of the Euro 2024. Congratulations to Spain. Sorry, England, it was not your time, but I think you should do better next by changing a few bits, and I hope the next tournament is great. Right. Thank you so much for watching my Take on Sports with Daliso. Do not forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications, and share the channel. Support it as much as you can. And I'll see you for more coverage. I'm going to be covering some boxing. I'm going to be covering the Premier League and some other La Liga games coming up. So thank you so much for that, and I will see you soon.